Oh, why
These
isn't
memories shared with everyone.
why isn't it
live on.
start when I click start? All right, I gotta do this because there's only a day left. So let's get into this. Luckily, I don't have to do much reading. Just old man.
You guys are...
I mean, to be honest, it makes sense that a human could survive this long since they kind of got rid of they lengthened aging. Since if you don't know, a lot of the CEOs are like old as hell. Like Mustang, he's been around as long as the Ark's been built, at least, or even older. Ingrid's also really old. Ingrid's like 80 or something. I don't know how old Suyan is. And then Anderson, of course, we all know he's the OG commander. The machines connected to the old man start to blare noisily.
Heart rate rising rapidly. Deep breaths. Vital signs weakening. Moving to resting area.
Dude's pretty ripped for being so old. The old man's wheelchair moves autonomously, carrying him back into the darkness. Wait!
I can't believe it.
Oh, I gotta... Damn it, every time she talks. Every time she talks.
Did I just see what I think I saw? Was that a human survivor on the surface?
I think so.
I thought there officially weren't supposed to be any survivors up on the surface.
That's what the government says. Do you trust the government?
I'm starting to get sick and tired of all this official talk. Sounds to me more like orders rather than stating the actual facts.
Of course.
What do you mean?
Never mind. I don't mean much by it. Forget I said anything.
Anyway, sounds like it's a pretty big deal that this old guy is up here.
It's more than that. It's a complete upheaval of everything we've been led to believe up until now.
Come on, Alec. There... She knows what's under the Ark.
Mr. Commander, we have to tell the others about this.
You're right. Let's fill them in on what's happened.
Are we not going to follow him inside?
I think we should share this information with our other team members first. To be honest, I have no idea what the protocol is here. Yeah. Soon after, I explained to the others what happened on the ground floor.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't we check out what's beyond that door? I don't know. Shouldn't we report it first? How about we investigate as we report? No, we should report as we investigate. How about investigating during the or reporting as we report?
I think we all need to calm down. Commander, let's report to Deputy Chief Anderson first, and then ask Privity for assistance. We're going to have to get the central government involved on this.
How about no? Okay, sounds right. Let's report to Ingrid. No, I mean, Mustang. Wait, what? I'd rather report to Ingrid or Anderson.
Good grief. I can't sit here listening to any more of this.
Privity gets up. Privity, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. The back of my head stings a little, but it's nothing major. So, you found a survivor on the surface? I'll file a report straight away and take all necessary actions. You should all go back to the ground floor to investigate.
Okay, thanks for the advice.
What was I doing lying down anyway? The last thing I remember is fighting a rapture on the way to the Ark.
Calm tackled you and sent you flying. You hit the back of your head really hard.
What?
You fainted, and the White Three saved us.
The who?
Speaking of which, where did they go?
That's a good point. Wait a minute.
They all...
Yeah, what are they all doing?
I'd like to track down that calm character.
Why is that?
They've really gone really far with Snow White. White being really hungry all the time.
Snow White, may I remind you not to speak with your mouth full. Where did you even get all that food anyway?
There is a big pile of it sitting here. It didn't seem to belong to anyone, so I went for it. There's plenty to go around. So help yourself.
I'll apologize to Believer later.
That would be best. But pray tell, why dost thou wish to track down this robot?
The data contained in that robot is over 100 years old. Even if we personally can't find any use for it, it would be of immense value to the Ark.
Sounds like a reasonable argument to me. Let's track it.
Very well. Let the pursuit be underway.
I want to stay and help Believer, but we must hurry.
Don't worry. He can take care of himself.
That's right. He has things under control. Although,
I thank you, Scarlet.
there is something that makes my soul grow restless. I feel that I've laid mine eyes on that woman before.
Are you talking about me?
Egats! How long have you been following us?
I have a feeling that I've met you before too.
Oh my god, the reference to the Stellar Blade. I haven't played it in a while
You do?
at the time of
Yes.
recording this.
Although I can't pinpoint it.
Dost thou utilize a blade?
Indeed I do. And you seem to as well.
No wonder. I desired to unsheath Fleetly Fading as soon as I saw you. Well then, shall we have a duel? What dost thou say to that?
Scarlet?
Very well. My excitement got the best of me. We have urgent matters to attend to, so we'll have to resume this at a later date.
Do you need to leave right now?
I believe so. Verily.
Sister, please inform Believer that time is of the essence.
Yo,
And so we
sister.
left in a hurry.
Okay. I'll relay the message.
Hey, yo, sister.
See you around. Next time, you and I shall have a proper palaver.
Okay.
Hmm.
They all left to track down Com.
Wait a second.
I wonder. I haven't seen yet. In Stellar Blade, I have it in Korean because I didn't like the voice acting. But I wonder if they got Scarlet's voice actor. I'm guessing they did from Nikke to be in there.
From the way you described them, it
I mean, it
sounds
makes
like
sense.
the
I
people
mean,
who
they-
saved Rome and
They already
were
work for them
pilgrims.
anyways. Perhaps.
What a rare opportunity. Huh. Oh well. I suppose there are more urgent things at play now than a few pilgrims. I'll go contact command. The rest of you go investigate the ground floor.
I think it's funny how much people hate Privity. Will do. Thanks for the help, Privity.
Sure thing.
Privity, pee-pee. After ascending a long flight of stairs, under the door we enter into a vast empty space. The sound of our footsteps echo throughout the surroundings, which are dark and damp. Only a few scattered lights illuminate the interior.
Where do you think the power is coming from?
I'm not sure, but judging by how dimly lit this place is, I'd wager it's a pretty basic generator.
It doesn't seem like it's being drawn from the city.
No, I don't see anything on the walls or ceiling that seems to be supplying electricity.
Okay, good. I was getting worried that I was the only one who thought that.
Torn pieces of fabric, fragments of wood, and scattered stones lie all over the floor. In the corner, there are makeshift beds, blankets, and simple utensils which seem to indicate the area is or was inhabited. On one side of the wall rests a pile of canned goods and water containers which are half empty.
Seems like whoever is down here at least had the basics needed to survive.
It's awfully quiet though. Do you think that old man is living here alone?
There's more than one bed, so I'd say probably not. Or at least he wasn't originally.
Rappy, you see those things standing there? What do you think they are?
Scattered around the area are massive rectangular objects which take up no small amount of space. Based on the faint warmth and sounds they're emitting, there almost seem to be...
They're definitely machines of some kind. Although I'm not sure what they're used for.
They remind me of tombstones.
As we continue exploring, something catches our attention. A small altar, atop which lie countless lit candles, sending puddles of melted wax. It's by far the most brightly lit area amongst the otherwise crushing darkness. Framed pictures of smiley people are placed on the altar as well, making it resemble a shrine for the deceased. Eve walks over quietly and stops in front of it. After gazing at the shrine for a long time, she reaches out.
Greetings.
You scared me!
He just like rolled over here. How loud is
Nice
this
to
chair?
meet you. I'm Herman. I am but a humble artist who has been watching over this place.
Humble artist.
I'm sorry if I startled you. It's been so long since I've seen any other beings, human or Nikke, that I forgot how shocking my appearance might be.
It's alright. Are you okay, though? You don't seem well.
This body of mine is on its last legs. I might be nearing the end of the line, but I can still speak.
Time for fluid intake.
Oh, excuse me for one moment.
Herman takes a drink of water from a cup outfitted on the handle of his wheelchair.
A medical assistant's wheelchair. It's rather old, but the craftsmanship is impressive. It seems like an early prototype for the modern ones we use in the Ark.
I'm sorry.
Take your time. Sounds like me.
Well, I don't exactly know where to start, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Are you a human?
Yes, I'm a human. You of all people should know that there's no such thing as male Nikkes.
Avid. There might be. I mean, we've seen the reports in the Lost Relics. I think there was only one that they actually showed in the Lost Relic. And it ended up didn't working and they disposed of the body. And that was like about it.
May I ask how old you are?
I'm not sure. If I had to guess, around 145.
Wow.
It sounds funny saying it out loud like that.
You're like uber old. For goodness sake, Neon, watch what you say.
It's all right. I suppose I have aged quite a bit.
Have you ever taken Evergreen?
Yes, I was lucky enough to receive it multiple times. But when I
Evergreen.
stopped taking it, my aging resumed, as you can tell by my, current state.
When did you first arrive in this place?
I came in here when I was in my 40s. So I suppose it's been over 100 years?
Yeah.
And you've been here that entire time?
Pretty much. I came here not long after the Rapture invasion.
No way. How is that even possible?
This place was built to last. It's an incredibly sturdy construction, so that's why I've been able to survive here for as long as I have.
But why did you stay here the entire time? Why not leave and go somewhere else?
The entrance was blocked. I couldn't get out even if I wanted to. Thanks to you all, however, I was finally able to feel the sunlight again.
To be honest,
Did
I
you
feel like
come
the
here
guy
to
should be
stay
like
hidden
pasty
from
as
the
hell.
Raptors? This place feels like a bunker.
You're right. It is a bunker.
For a bunker, the facilities are a bit meager. There's only the bare minimum needed here to survive.
That's because it was built for a special purpose.
And what is that?
The purpose was... we came here for preservation, for our works to pass on to the future.
So this place was intended to pass down your work to future generations?
Did you discover anything beyond that door, by any chance?
There were the corpses of 3 Nikkes. Do you know anything about them?
3 bodies? Ah, I see. So, they died. What fools, believing in such foolishness. Or maybe they had no choice? No, that's also foolish.
Did you know them?
That shouldn't have happened.
You know, the thing is, I feel like he's a commander, and those were probably the Nikkes under his command. Something like that.
I could have stopped them. What's the point of all this?
Herman suddenly wheels himself forward. He rushes towards the towering tombstone-like machines, and rams into one of full sweet Jesus, or attempts to, rather. At one point, when he rapidly changes direction, the wheelchair topples over, and scrapes against the floor. Herman is thrust from his wheelchair and lands on the floor.
Position abnormal. Position abnormal. Request assistance from nearby personnel.
He rushes over towards Herman. You trying to kill himself? Poor guy.
I'm sorry. My emotions got the best of me. I must be a disgraceful sight.
Don't worry about that. Are you okay?
Yes, I've calmed down. This was a city made up of artists. The residents here were free to let their creativity flow.
Socialism!
And to share their works amongst themselves and the public. As a result, this place was a popular tourist destination. It was revered as a sacred space where art lovers from all around could gather. After the Rapture invasion, most of the residents were scattered every which way. But a few who were determined to pass on their work to future generations fought against the Raptures and tried to protect the artwork here. I was one of them. After moving all the artwork into the bunker I made, we fought with the Raptures for a long time. I sustained serious injuries in the fighting and subsequently had to rely on these machines to live. Some Nikkes moved by our cause joined us.
Okay.
The United Forces of Humanity used this city for their propaganda. They hailed us as artists who had taken up arms and used our story to boost morale. In return for our cooperation, they offered us support.
A fat lot of good that did.
One day, the
That
UFH abruptly revoked all their support. It became impossible to transport all the physical art pieces to the bunker. So, we began backing them up digitally. People scanned blueprints and high-resolution images, made backups of programs and more.
Then, all these black machines must be...
Massive storage terminals containing
Servers.
all that data. They hold digital records of all the art ever created in this city.
And you've been here watching over them this whole time?
That's right. I hoped that one day rescue would come. But it never did. And I wasn't exactly in a position to be venturing out either.
So you've been here for over a century.
What about the other humans that fought alongside you?
At first, they stayed here with me. But they all either died or left.
What happened to the 3 Nikkes outside? What's the story behind that welded door? Why did you try to ram into one of these storage terminals? Are you okay? Whoa, hey!
He's fainted.
Physical condition severely compromised.
Anise.
Rest.
Let's try and move him somewhere.
Yeah.
Lay him down.
It's okay.
Wait, we woke up already?
I just need to rest for a moment. I'm sorry. But I think we'll have to pick this conversation up later. You're free to take a look around. Just don't break anything, please.
No, I mean, of course. Alec, don't put it. Just gonna...
The data in these terminals really is all pertaining to art. It's incredible how much is here. I'm no art expert, but I'm pretty sure this is going to make waves. I can see the headline now. Humanity's artistry once lost, found once again.
Even if it's only in digitized form, it's remarkable how much has been preserved.
You know, how do those, the freaking eco-terrorist people, or the stop oil people, how do they vandalize digital art?
You think it'd be okay if I installed Boom here?
No! No! Commander, shut her down.
I'm not sure what that is, but I have a feeling that you shouldn't.
I guess you're right.
What's the condition of these terminals?
Really good. I can't believe how well they've been maintained. The bunker's power supply is mostly being used to keep these terminals up and running, so they're honestly in great shape. There is one thing that's bothering me, though.
There seem to be recordings of the bunker's interior as well, but they stopped about 40 years ago.
The data's not corrupted, is it?
No, it's fine. Data itself doesn't decay organically.
It must be that the hardware itself has aged and begun to deteriorate.
I think so.
Do you think it can be fixed?
If you help me, absolutely.
All right then.
Oh my
Let's
God.
give it a shot. I'll do what I can to help.
Sounds good.
This plot certainly seems to be thickening.
Indeed.
Eve, it's not that I disagree with what you're doing, but we do have our own things to do.
I know. But I can't pretend as if I didn't see this and move on.
What if it ends up taking some time to resolve?
We'll reconsider our approach if and when that time comes.
All right. Fine. In the meantime, let's do what we can to help.
Eve, this is not your fight. Do you have nothing better to do?
Quite the opposite.
Then are you looking for excitement?
No.
Are you expecting a reward?
Not that, either.
So you don't have much free time, aren't looking for excitement, and don't expect a reward. Why are you helping them?
I think it is in my heart.
Beats me. This isn't the first time this has happened.
I can't explain it. But I just feel like I should.
You are sentimental.
Huh. I like the cut of this robot's jib.
Adam, you have not wiped off the black mold on your face. Would you like me to clean it off?
I take it back.
Can I speak my mind? Go on, let's hear it. I'm curious to hear why you think this is more suspicious than usual.
Much appreciated.
Don't mention it.
First of all, I understand what this place is. While it is hard to believe, I can get past the fact a human has managed to survive on the surface for over 100 years. I also get how this place is packed to the gills with digital data on art. But setting all that aside, I simply don't trust this Herman guy. What if he's some deranged criminal or something? That door was welded shut from the outside, and the entire lake was electrified.
He looks pretty frail to me. I don't think he poses a threat to us.
I'm not talking about now. I mean before, when he was young.
If you're saying he intentionally welded the door shut and then electrified the water, it's not exactly the most efficient plan.
True. He's not a supervillain from a comic book after all.
Let's wait and see what Alec and Lily find in the recovered footage. Maybe Pretty will be able to offer some answers as well.
I hope so. After all, we're talking about a human survivor up on the surface. After all these years, this is bound to become a major news story. Oh, we should tell Herman our names, so he can tell all the TV presenters about us. What? Why do you two look so...
No reason.
Yeah, it's nothing.
I don't want to be famous. Privity reads over the report she submitted. In it, she clearly and concisely illustrates the importance of finding a human survivor on the surface and why that individual must be protected. She's rather proud of how well written it is, especially given the lack of proper equipment in the immediate area. If Yulo were to see this, she might feel otherwise, but Privity personally can't find any faults with the writing. Privity scrolls to another section on her phone and reads the reply to her report. Documents bear the authorized digital seal of the central government, confirming it as an official document. The response is lengthy, but none of the words register. Not due to the overall length of the complexity of the text, but rather due to the single sentence contained at the bottom. Eliminate. Pretty blinks several times and rereads the document from top to the bottom. It probably says that. Eliminate human. Her eyes falling once again on the last sentence. The number of human survivors on the surface must be 0. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Eliminate. Destroy the human.
I can't say I'm surprised. I knew this would happen. Did they give a reason? Surely the oh-so-grand central government has an equally grand reasoning for this stance. Whatever. If you don't want to tell us, suit yourself. We can take the old man with us regardless.
Privity already issued the report, which complicates matters.
What do you mean?
Privity has been given strict orders not to bring in Herman. If we do otherwise, they're likely to charge her with insubordination.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But one way or another, we're bringing this guy back.
I know. I figured that's what you all would do.
How about we knock out Privity and then bring back Herman?
Then we'll be guilty of unprovoked assault on Nikke.
Oh, right. I didn't think about that.
Did the central government offer an explanation? If we know the reason behind their decision, we might be able to work around it.
1. The high possibility of rare infectious diseases. If he is infected with a disease that cannot be treated, the Ark will be in danger. 2. The high possibility of him being a dangerous criminal which would naturally pose a threat to the residents of the Ark. 3. The high possibility of him being a Rapture spy which would likely result in the leaking of vital information about the Ark and its location.
Dude, I don't... You do know that Enoch, or Enoch, whatever, I always hate the two of them mixed up, they're sisters. She was already giving information and stuff to frickin' Chatterbox, so I don't really give a shit.
Haha, that's a new one.
4. The possibility of him not in fact being human. There is a chance that he might be a Rapture or another type of beast pretending to be human.
Oh, sure.
That's
totally it.
The body
5.
snatcher?
The possibility of it being a hitherto unreported new species which would pose a threat to the Ark.
Now they're really thinking outside the box.
I realize how absurd these reasons sound. They gave plenty more, close to 100 of them, the most important of which was the one given at the very end of their response. The number of human survivors on the surface must be 0. As far as they are concerned, the risks are far too great.
What a load of bull. They just don't want to entertain the possibility.
What do you mean by that?
If it's revealed that there are in fact survivors on the surface, then the government would naturally have to go searching for more. That would mean devoting a whole bunch of resources with no guarantee that they turn up anything. So, they decided their best option was to insist that the figure is 0 and leave it at that.
I think that's an awfully big leap in logic.
No, I think the reason is because they don't want people thinking, oh, if he survived up on the surface, then, you know, humanity, we must go back to the surface. It's all about control. Control. They do not want their... I'm trying to find the word for it that's not, like, too offensive. They don't want their cattle leaving the farm, you can say.
Any chance you could stop trembling while you speak? Maybe then I'd be less convinced that the central government has completely brainwashed you.
There's one reason why I like Anise, because Anise, she kind of knows what's up. She's like, the central government is fucking stupid.
What the? If it comes to light that there are survivors on the surface, it spells serious trouble for the central government. For all these years, they've been assuring us there's no one out there, and then it turns out it was all a lie? The oh-so esteemed central government's reputation would take a serious nosedive.
The Earth is pretty big, and the Ark is only in one spot. So they can't know what's going on the rest of the planet. There could be another type of Ark someplace else. Even though there was technically, you know, Humanity Defense Force where, like, everyone's united. But there still could be people held out someplace else. I mean, Cecil. Although I'm pretty sure Cecil left the Ark. I mean, so did Johan, so...
Don't be ridiculous. There's no way they'd do that.
Privity, take a good look at that document again. Explain to me, how else is this supposed to make any sense? We're going to take Herman with us.
Anise wants to destroy the Ark.
That's the least we can do. Right, Commander?
Yes, it's what we must do.
Give me some time. I'll try to convince them.
How?
Herman doesn't look well. I'm not so sure he'd even survive the trip back to the Ark. If we borrowed the tetrapod, that would shorten the travel time, but if Stormbringer were to appear, there's no telling what would happen. In other words, we don't have time to wait while you try and persuade the central government. Especially when we don't even know if you'll succeed.
The commander will make sure you aren't faulted for this.
Do you think I'm only doing this to save my own skin?
Duh, why else?
Do you have any idea what would happen if people lost faith in the central government? Everything would fall apart. Everything!
Chaos. Well, I have you know, Privity. I'm an anarchist, okay?
In a rigid society like ours, if the people cease to trust the one absolute authority, it's all over.
Listen, I don't trust the government anyways.
So, what are we supposed to do? Kill this innocent old man and head back? Sounds to me like that's what you're proposing.
Of course not. Don't be absurd.
Privity, please.
I hate it bugs me that people freaking hate Privity because she works because she works for the government and was being an asshole one time. I like her. She's trying to work in the bounds. She's like, we have several roles and we got to work within them, and she's trying to make it work. And I understand that. It doesn't mean you have to hate her.
Don't give me a reason to hate you.
Why does that sound familiar? Wait, wasn't it in the trailer for this event?
I'm begging you.
We leave Privity, who stands motionless with her head bowed, and start moving.
Wow. I've seen something like this in the Ark.
You have?
Yeah. Whenever it rains, the water flows down the roof, and it looks beautiful. I've even waited for it to rain before, just so I could see it.
Really?
That makes me happy.
Huh? Why's that?
I'm the one who designed this roof.
No way! Something that you built has lasted this long?
According to you, apparently so. Hence why I'm so pleased. Oh, have you seen this kind of roof by any chance? Here.
I have! I've seen it in the stadium, above the seating for the spectators.
No kidding.
Damn. Herman, whose condition has improved significantly, is spending his time with Ellie going through the stored data.
Those two are getting along like a house on fire.
Any progress with the recordings?
Yep. I'm pretty sure Com was here.
Really?
I saw it in the footage that we recovered. At first, I wasn't sure, since all robots look awfully similar to me.
False. I look better than Com.
Anyway, the serial number I saw was the same as the one engraved on Com. Also, look at the floor. Even though it's dark, you can still make out track marks everywhere. I'd bet good money that Com was here at some point.
What in the world is going on?
I'll see what else I can find. It would be nice if Oleg could lend a hand.
Lily glances at Herman and Ellie, who are happily chatting.
Then again, it's not the end of the world if it takes a little more time.
Sorry for throwing this all on your lap.
No, I'm having a blast. It's always fun learning new technology.
Wizard Privity. Privity looks at Herman, who is chatting and laughing along with Ellie. She lowers her head and looks at her phone, reading the last line of the document she received earlier. The number of human survivors on the surface must be 0. Privity squeezes her eyes shut, then reopens them and walks forward, heading quickly towards Herman. As she closes the distance between them, Herman notices Privity and turns, just in time to see her put her hands up towards her chest. What is she gonna do? No? Oh, okay, I thought it crashed. Privity pulls out a notebook and hands it to Herman.
Nice to meet you. I am Privity. I work for the central government's Ark Defense Forces. I'm from Triangle, a squad responsible for maintaining public security.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Herman.
I'm hereby placing you under my protection. I will ensure you safe passage to the Ark.
Privity?
What the? I'm concerned about your health, so we must move quickly. I realize this may seem sudden, but I kindly ask you only to pack essentials. We will start moving as soon as you're ready.
The Ark.
After we arrive, you will be given a thorough medical examination, as well as any treatment which you require. Once your condition is stabilized, an investigation will take place. I will personally oversee the entire process, and I promise that no physical or psychological harm will come to you during said investigation. If you wish, I will also arrange for additional supplies of evergreen and secure a residence for you.
Isn't she promising more than she can offer?
No, that's all definitely doable. Triangle has more pull than you think.
I had no idea. I thought she was just a government grunt who liked being a maid on the side.
Everyone here can vouch for me and what I'm telling you. So come with me, please.
Put on your maid uniform.
Please let me know if there's anything else you would
refuse.
like.
I am afraid I don't have much faith in the Ark.
Excuse me?
The Ark abandoned us. They praised us to the skies, used us as a symbol of resistance. They promised to come save us. But when we were out here dying, they abandoned us. You have no idea how much hope we had. We hoped that one day the Ark would come to save us, that they hadn't forgotten about us. That's how I survived for decades. Have you all come here to save me? You represent something which is inherently traitorous. It's not your fault. Maybe there were circumstances beyond your control. But it doesn't erase all those years that we suffered. So, I won't go.
This was you know the problem is? So like the central government, they still probably have all the people that are they're part of leaving him here. But the thing is, like, you can't blame people from the past for the present people. I mean, you can't blame all of us here, because I mean, we had no control of that shit that happened to you back in the day. Ugh. This is what bugs me, but I don't want to get fucking modern politics shit. Or people blaming people for stuff that happened in the over 100 years ago type shit, and it's like, why haven't you guys let it go? It's been 100 years. The people that did those things to you are not around anymore. They're basically gone, and it's like why?
This place is my home now. Let me die here.
Okay, yeah, not everything's gonna be like that.
Herman, I understand everything you're saying. It's true that the Ark turned its back on you. And it's true that no one came to save you. There's nothing I could possibly say to right that wrong. But I at least hope that you'll give us a chance.
You're also from the Ark?
Yes.
How can I trust you?
I take pride in where I'm from. I intend to do right by that pride. To that end, I will do everything in my power to protect you. And I want to sincerely apologize to you.
I'm not going.
I will transfer all of the data here to the Ark. You and your friends have kept this information safe for so long. I'll make sure that it's all brought back to the Ark. Every last piece of data. So come with me. The Ark may have abandoned you once before, but let them now show you the respect that you deserve. Please.
All of this art? Will it continue on?
Of course. As it should.
It's all freaking Arcana is gonna be drooling over this shit. With like, well, it's knowledge.
Yes.
Oh, he's actually
For
crying.
this, we... Very well. I will go to the Ark, along with everything we have kept safe.
I will ensure your safe passage.
Privity?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I might be charged with treason, and I'm prepared for the possibility of having my memories wiped. Be that as it may, this is the right thing to do. I'm certain of it.
Could you just stand up straight? I like how she bends her legs so she's like looks really short.
We may not have the full picture of what happened in that bunker for all those years, but it's clear that the Ark left them there to die. So we need to save him. This is all going to be one huge headache, and the central government's reputation might be completely ruined because of it. But I want to believe that this organization, which I trust, will do what it's supposed to. The first thing we need to do is save Herman. We can think about the rest later.
Not bad.
You're really tackling this head on, aren't you?
I want to continue to be proud of what I believe in.
If you realized that the thing you believed in is rotten, do you intend on destroying it?
I have no intention of destroying it.
Man, I can't wait for... They need to hurry up and finish with the whole Crystal region arc. They need to hurry up and finish it. We need to deal with Leviathan, and we need to deal with Behemoth and Ziz. And it seems like we finally captured them thanks to Raptor. And they need to move on to what's going on with Hammering's Head, Liverin, and... Why did I forget the internet person's name? I can't believe I forgot who they were. 6-0. There we go, 6-0. They need to move on to that stuff. They need another arc-focused story, like Invasion, because that was kind of fun going. Traveling throughout the arc, trying to save everyone. I really wonder what's going to come of that stuff. But I don't know when they're going to release the next story stuff. I mean, in the next few days, they're going to do the update, and they're going to add Sora. The freaking flight attendant with all this stuff in her pockets. So I wonder if that's going to have to pertain to any actual like story stuff, or is it going to be some side story? Because some of the events that add Nikke's actually have main story plot stuff in them, so it really depends. Like Alex and Trani's did. The stuff underneath the arc.
I simply want to see how they'll respond when I act this way. I'm doing this because I want them to prove to me that I can trust them completely.
Alright then. Let me rephrase the question. If what you once believed in proves to be rotten to the core, beyond all doubt, will you destroy it?
Do you really need me to answer that?
No. You've already answered.
The other thing is, when people find out the truth, they either rage against it, or they just ignore it and move on. And their beliefs in it become more, stronger, or something like that. Right?
Commander.
Isn't that usually how it is? Yes?
Please help with the transfer of the data here. I made a lot of promises back there, but I honestly have no idea how to go about it.
Okay, I'll help.
Thank you.
Blade.
This person seems a little different.
Bunker child.
That's because this is not a person, but a robot.
A robot?
Bunker child.
That's right. It may seem human-like, but, trying to explain this is harder than I thought. Come, can you help me out?
A robot's body is made of machinery. It has no heart.
So you don't have a heart?
That is correct. A robot, like myself.
Then how do you talk?
The AI system selects a suitable response for the situation, then formulates an auditory output in the form of words or sentences, which are then broadcast through a speaker.
Huh?
Complexity of language deemed unsuitable for socially isolated child. Confirmed. Reducing linguistic complexity.
What's your name?
Calm.
Can I climb on your head, Calm?
That is possible.
Really? Wow. No one else here lets me climb on them.
Climbing on another person's head is a favorite style of play among children.
You'll have to excuse her. Sometimes she says some awfully strange things.
It is no problem.
All right, if you say so. I'm going to talk to the Nikkes that came with Calm, so you two have a nice time playing together, okay?
Okay.
Soon after.
So high! I'm not too heavy, am I, Calm?
I am a robot meant to provide combat support. I am designed to carry far heavier loads than this.
So you're not uncomfortable?
No, I am not uncomfortable. Seeing a child enjoy themselves while propped atop my head. It is pleasing.
That's creepy.
You're lying.
Lying is not a capability which I possess.
You do have a heart.
Must head to the Ark for revenge.
So you do know how to talk.
Uh-oh.
I take it you're equipped with AI?
That is correct.
Then this should be fairly painless.
Who are you?
I ask the questions. Explain to me what this place is.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Raven. I don't know anything about her. I need to make a further Stellar Blade.
Come! Let's play hide and seek!
We have played hide and seek 3 times today.
Let's do it again!
Children.
Very well.
I'll hide, and you can find me after counting for 1 minute. Go!
Commencing countdown.
Are you playing hide and seek again?
That is correct.
Seems like you're always the one who has to go looking. You don't mind?
It is fine. If I hide, I am quickly discovered due to the sounds of my engine. When I am the seeker, I can find her instantly using my thermal sensors, but I intentionally delay my discovery. I even pretend that I cannot find her on occasion. This makes her very satisfied.
You've really gotten the knack of playing with children.
That is correct.
Thank you for spending so much time with her.
Having me as her playmate is the most efficient choice. The child is energetic, and the others in this bunker need to preserve their energy, whereas I only need to be recharged in order to operate at full capacity.
Thank you all the same. She's been practically beaming lately.
I wonder when
we're really grateful.
I wonder when we're gonna start having robots like this.
We are the ones who are great. You took us in, even though we are deserters. You gave us shelter and food.
Well, it's not like Nikke's and robots put that much of a strain on our food provisions.
Thank you, all the same. My colleagues have become happier as well. This arrangement is good for everyone.
Calm. Are you really a robot?
That is correct.
It feels to me like you're becoming more and more human.
Come! Aren't you going to look for me? My legs are falling asleep.
I must go
I'll leave you to it.
After hearing Calm's exclamation, Raven falls silent for a while, deep in thought.
Could this be a different location? Or a different world entirely? No, that's ridiculous. Tell me how to get back.
I do not know.
Let me rephrase the question in a way you can understand. Find a route to get back, then tell me what that route is.
I cannot.
Then take me to someone who can.
I do not know.
And what about the Ark? I heard you muttering to yourself earlier. Something about an Ark. Sounds to me like the name of a place. Take me there.
What are you planning on doing at the Ark?
I'm going to get the information I need, and then head back. That's it. Of course, if someone decides to get in my way, that could complicate matters.
What will happen if I decline?
That's very simple.
I don't. She's got that grin. Raven points her sword at Calm.
I'll continue wandering around looking for another solution to my problem. And you'll become a broken pile of metal by the wayside. Yet another victim of an unfortunate accident.
Are you strong?
That's an interesting question. I would love to show you. But unfortunately, I can't. I'm prone to underestimating my own strength.
Very well. I will take you, but not to the Ark.
What?
I know how you can go back. To be precise, I know exactly where the key to your return home can be found. I will guide you there.
How do you know all this?
I harvested some data while you were unconscious.
Wait, what?
If you defeat the Rapture there, known as Gatekeeper, then you can go back.
Rapture? Gatekeeper? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Rapture is the general term for hostile robots who dominate the surface of this planet.
See? They are robots.
Gatekeeper is the name of one of those raptures.
You must be talking about those rust buckets that attacked me when I got here. They won't be a problem. I was able to cut through them easily enough. So, is taking down this gatekeeper all I have to do? Sounds pretty easy.
Raven inches the point of her sword closer to Calm.
A little too easy. Enough to make a person suspicious.
Lying is not a capability which I possess.
All right then. Take me there.
Only on one condition.
And what's that?
My...
Withdraw thy blade.
Uh-oh.
This tableau laid out before mine eyes reeks of intimidation and threats. It is
Scarlet
most
vs. Raven?
unpleasant to behold.
Who the hell are you?
You heard her. Withdraw your sword. We won't ask you again.
I don't know what's happening here, but violence and intimidation are never the answer.
And if I refuse?
Then we shall solve this in the way in which we are most well versed.
Sounds fun. I'd like to give it a try.
Something here isn't right. Are you a Nikke?
What's a Nikke?
Are you a human?
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
I asked if you're a human.
Huh? Me? A human?
Uh-oh.
You tell me.
Raven vanishes, leaving a diaphanous mess of blue particles in her wake. Then, a flash of blue, she appears behind Rapunzel.
Could a human do this?
Scarlet blocks Raven's sword.
A most interesting technique.
The sword fight between Raven and Scarlet intensifies their blades. Shushing again and again. Man, they could have at least had like a picture or something like when Scarlet fought in Devilia.
You're not bad.
Nor you.
A panoply of slash marks carve up the ground as the two blades cleave through rocks and other structures. All the while, accompanied by a ceaseless sound of metal clashing.
Scarlet! Understood.
Scarlet quickly distances herself from Raven. At the same time, Snow White aims her turret at Raven and unleashes a salvo of missiles.
Snow White, what are you doing?
Get ready.
Raven slices through each of the missiles with her sword. The severed missile fragments swirl in the air and explode. Though the fire and flame, Raven emerges. Rapunzel's staff fires a glow beam, scores a direct hit on Raven. Raven is tossed back and tumbles several times, but quickly gets back up. Scarlet clenches and loosens her hand, which has gone numb a few times before resuming her stance.
'Tis a most bewildering sword.
How about we try our words?
That's probably our best option, considering it doesn't seem like we'll get anywhere fighting.
You want to talk? Sure, we can talk. Once you're on your knees. Huh?
Raven suddenly fixes her gaze elsewhere and freezes. Where Calm used to be, only faint tracks marks remain.
Ah, 'tis most peculiar. You two dots seem to be on the same wavelength.
Rapture's approaching. They must have heard the explosions.
I say we fall back. There's no reason for us to fight those raptures.
No, we work our way through them. The city is right ahead of us.
If they keep moving, they're likely to end up at the city.
Very well. Let us intercept them there.
All right.
As for you, Nameless One, we would appreciate your cooperation.
Raven is nowhere to be seen.
Did we lose her?
She must have gone off in pursuit of that robot.
Doth we consider it wise to allow her to escape unopposed?
As hostile as she seemed, I don't think she intended to do harm to that robot. I think it'll be fine for the time being.
Let's finish off these raptures first, then go after her.
There's a lot of interesting stuff going on.